This is a temporary cut to save money. This is insane.
Could the San Diego Police Department shut down the Northwestern substation? We're going to hear from the community as well as the police chief.
I feel also this was sent as a form of intimidation.
A U.S. citizen and immigration attorney receives a notice to leave the country. What he told us up next.
He was a pope of the heart.
Pope Francis is about to be laid to rest. How he's being honored in San Diego.
Plus, we are giving away free Padres tickets. It's 6 a.m. on Friar Friday, April 25th, and you're up with CBS 8. Welcome to your Friday. Your Friar Friday.
Yes.
Padres on the mind here. Thanks for joining us at 6 a.m., everyone. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Nada Irampur. You know when your team is that good? We're
one of
thinking
the best
about
in the
that.
league. That's right.
Oh, yeah. Let's see how our baseball weather's shaping up. I know we got a few games this weekend to get to. You may have plans to head out to the beach. Well, it's going to look like this for a lot of the weekend. Cloudy, cool, windier, and that chance of drizzle. Our view from San Miguel actually looks a bit more cloudier than it did a few minutes ago. Sunrise at 6:07, so in 6 minutes from now. I don't think any of us will see it from at least ground level, unless you're in an airplane or something. But here's our view from Mount Soledad, also showing overcast. And just know that today that chance of patchy drizzle is there. But as far as any rain chances, mainly tomorrow afternoon it's looking like. Wind gusts are picking up. We'll talk more about this little system working its way into California in just a few minutes. And now to our top story here. A local police station could soon close down, and people are raising concerns.
San Diego Police's Northwestern Division could soon be consolidated because of budget cuts. CBS 8's Chris Groh live outside the substation. Reaction from residents as well as the chief of police on this, Chris.
Good morning, and we just saw one of the shifts of patrol officers leave this Northwestern substation and go upon their daily routine or go to whatever incidents or patrol areas that they may have. And that could soon change. Now, the amount of patrols, the amount of patrol officers would not change, but them leaving this substation would under this proposal. And so instead of leaving from here in Carmel Valley to patrol neighborhoods like Carmel Valley, Del Mar Heights, Sorrento Valley, Torrey Highlands, and Black Mountain Ranch, they instead would be leaving from Northeastern over by Rancho Penasquitos. Now, this move would save about, again, the numbers, we've gotten a couple of different numbers here, but according to Chief Scott Wall yesterday, they'd save about $4 million from that $7 million that is proposed to be cut here with this move. So the police department in total looking at a $7 million budget cut. But according to Chief Wall, by shutting down the Northwestern station, they save $4 million against that $7 million. But overall, this is part of the city's effort to get under a $258 million deficit. Now, the way that this would work is that they would operate out of Rancho Penasquitos, but Chief Scott Wall says that the communities that Northwestern serves would still receive full coverage, that they would not lose those officers, they would not lose those vehicles and those patrols. The actual building here may operate as sort of a community storefront, and there would be the possibility that this could turn back into the Northwestern Division substation in a matter of years, depending on when it makes sense financially for the city to go ahead and make that move. Now, we have heard community concerns. We've also heard Chief Scott Wall trying to address those community concerns, especially yesterday at the town hall meeting that was done over this. Take a listen to what the community had to say, followed by the chief.
Misconception that we don't have any crime up here. We do. If someone needs to call the police because their house is being broken into, which does happen here, they need to know that the police are going to respond in a timely manner.
The police officers that work this area are going to be the same police officers that continue working this area. We're just going to have them come from a different building.
Now, we had an extended conversation this time yesterday with Chief Scott Wall, and we'll play a portion of that conversation in just about a half hour's time here at 6:30. Eric and Netta?
All right, Chris, thank you. Today, the man accused of murdering a woman inside a home in Vista is appearing in court for the first time. Sheriff deputies arrested Malcolm Pope Wednesday night after a 7-hour SWAT standoff. After deputies found the woman's body, the man barricaded himself inside the home on North Citrus Avenue. Deputies were responding to a welfare check when they found the man in a bedroom. The man was eventually removed safely. Police in El Cajon are investigating a deadly shooting that forced schools to go into a temporary lockdown. This happened just after 10 yesterday morning on North 1st Street near East Madison Avenue. Brought it to you as breaking news in our midday show. The man who was shot was taken to a hospital where he died. Police say he and the gunman knew each other but did not release their names. Investigators believe it was an isolated incident and not connected to any of the schools. You're asked to call police if you know or saw anything.
This morning, we are now hearing from a San Diego immigration attorney who was ordered by the federal government to leave this country immediately, despite being born in the United States. CBS 8's Esmeralda Perez sat down with him to talk about this.
Adam Peña reached out to me after he received an email from DHS telling him to leave the country. But here's the thing. He's a U.S. citizen, born in El Paso, Texas, and works as an immigration attorney for a local nonprofit. This is the email Adam Peña received the night of April 10th. The first line reads, "It is time for you to leave the United States." The notice says DHS is terminating a parole, effective 7 days from the date of the message. The notice warns that if he doesn't leave, the federal government will find him.
I'm a U.S.-born U.S. citizen. I was never paroled, admitted, or came into the country with some valid immigration document.
Adam showed me his passport and birth certificate. Both confirm he was born in Texas. Adam tells me his family immigrated to America more than a century ago. Now living in San Diego as an immigration attorney, he assists undocumented immigrants seeking legal status and those detained at the Otay Mesa Detention Center. Unexpectedly, Adam finds himself at the center of this situation.
I was really confused by this email.
A senior DHS official shared a statement with CBS 8 saying in part, CBP used the known email addresses of the alien to send notifications. If a non-personal email such as an American citizen contact was provided by the alien, notices may have been sent to unintended recipients. CBP is monitoring communications and will address any issues on a case-by-case basis. Meantime, I showed Adam the response. Here's part of what he had to say.
I'd like to hope that I'm an unintended recipient. The fact is, I feel also this was sent as a form of intimidation and a scare tactic, really, to immigration advocates around the country. Obviously, I'm not the only one.
The 7-day deadline to leave the country has already passed, and Adam didn't leave. For now, he says his mother told him to carry his passport or birth certificate just in case an immigration officer were to question him. Meanwhile, Adam tells me he's heard of others receiving this notice.
There are other attorneys around the country. There's some people, some of my colleagues at my office that also received this notice as well.
And Adam hopes the Department of Homeland Security will send out another email resending the message to people who were not supposed to receive it. I'm Esmeralda Perez, CBS 8.
Pope Francis will be laid to rest in just a few hours. Today is the last day he'll lie in state at St. Peter's Basilica. You see so many people turning out there. He died Monday from a stroke and heart failure at the age of 88. The funeral is set for tomorrow, 1 a.m., that's our time. President Donald Trump and former President Joe Biden are expected to attend. Here at home, the San Diego Diocese says local parishes will ring their bells at noon tomorrow, and they will hold memorial masses next Wednesday to honor the Pope. You can watch the funeral of Pope Francis in a CBS News special report. The coverage begins at 1 in the morning Pacific time, right here on CBS 8 tomorrow morning.
This morning, San Diego veterans are taking off on an honor flight, and you are invited to welcome them back home. Let's take a live look right now as they are getting ready to board. You see the balloons out there. You see the different foreign war hats, and you see a lot of people starting to get ready for this incredible experience, the 30th mission for Honor Flight San Diego. 90 World War II, Korean War, and Vietnam War veterans will be going to Washington, D.C. to visit their memorials today. Many of them have never seen those memorials before. The group is asking the public to welcome them home when they return on Sunday. They will gather at the San Diego International Airport's Terminal 2 baggage claim at noon. The welcome home, many of them never received. You can be a part of to honor all of their incredible service. Quite the experience. CBS 8 and the San Diego Padres. Oh, how about that? Sounds like a winning team, if you ask me. The team makes its CBS 8 debut tomorrow, taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Our coverage starts at 5:15 p.m. The game starts at 5:40. CBS 8's Carlo Giacchetto will be throwing out the first pitch. So, yeah, if you're going to be going to the game, you get to see whether he throws a ball or strike. It'll be fun to watch that. Join us for a special pregame edition on CBS 8 Live at 4:30 and another special edition afterwards. Saturday night is baseball night on CBS 8. And stay tuned, we will be giving away a family 4-pack of Padres tickets later this hour. Plus, one grand prize winner will receive a VIP Padres experience. We'll have a code word every Friar Friday. When I threw out the first pitch, I don't know, a year or two ago, I was a little inside, so I wouldn't have called it a strike. So it's a long distance.
As long as he gets it there.
Yeah, that's true.
That's key.
Don't spike it. Don't go viral for all the wrong reasons.
Basketball. Right?
Good luck, Carlo.
Okay,
go get him.
Good luck. It should be a great weekend. Still, I know we do have that chance of light showers, but thankfully it's light enough that I think baseball will go on. Just make sure you have the proper gear, right? The sweatshirts, the hoodies, that kind of thing to keep you warm, because it's going to be a cooler, cloudier, windier kind of weekend too. Right now we're looking at plenty of clouds across San Diego. As you'll notice, not much green though showing up. Just some light patchy drizzle is what your morning is looking like. If you get any kind of moisture, it might just be kind of that nuisance stuff. You'll have to use a windshield wiper here and there. But overall, temperatures in the 50s yet again, starting off very similar to what we had yesterday, but the cloud coverage a little denser out there. This afternoon, we'll be headed into the 60s, low to mid 60s yet again. Cooler than yesterday by a few degrees. In fact, yesterday, some of you got all the way into the 70s, like Escondido. So today, 62, you'll notice that change, that cooling. We have a wind advisory that starts at 2 this afternoon, mainly for the mountains and deserts, as you see, all the way through tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Right now, the wind's looking fairly calm west of the mountains, but right here where all the red is, that's about 20, 30 mile per hour winds. So Boulevard, Julian, Mount Laguna, you'll notice pretty breezy conditions, and it's all going to pick up this afternoon when the center of the low pressure that we're watching moves into California. We'll time out the chances of rain here in just a few minutes. I do want to show you what's going on with traffic as far as your morning commute goes. Things are looking fairly calm. Just watch out for that patchy drizzle, maybe some fog there if you're headed into our deserts, for example, towards Borrego or towards Stagecoach. You might run into some of that on the way there to Indio Valley. Looking at a crash here, this just popped up a moment ago, the entry ramp to the 5. Right at the 78. So that's in Oceanside where all of that comes together. It does tend to get pretty busy in the morning, so hopefully they will clear that pretty quickly here. As far as your border wait times, let's check in at our port of entries. There you go, 105 minutes to get through San Ysidro. A lot faster if you go through Otay Mesa. Will take you 45 minutes. Eric?
Still ahead here, Luigi Mangione is answering to federal charges today. Could he face the death penalty? Plus, is President Donald Trump officially pushing for a third term? And how much worse the measles outbreak could get, according to a new study.